This is my English speaking training, and I'm talking about my personal development. Yep, and I made mistake. This is fourth time. Fourth time. This is fourth video, but the title is four is okay. No problem. Yeah, let's start. Let's start to broadcast. And I reviewed my video, and I think this is good. This is good to practice speaking English because YouTube generates the transcript automatically, so I can watch the transcript generated by YouTube, and I found my weak point regarding my pronunciation. So the YouTube recognize my English speaking, and so it is a speech to text, and sometimes the transcript is different. Is different from what I'm saying. Yeah, and there is a tendency that the transcript is wrong when I pronounce V sound and R sound. Yeah, so I can find my weak point of my pronunciation. Yeah. And there is I make sense the result. I make sense about the transcript. I make sense about the wrong transcript because V sound and R sound rarely happen in Japanese, so I cannot pronounce them correctly. Yeah. So today I'm going to pay attention to it, and also I found I use sound too much, so I want to be more fluent, so I need to use the words that connect the sentences naturally. Yeah, so I'm going to use those words today. So I will ask for ChatGPT about ask for the useful phrases. Useful phrases when I let's talk about today. I want to share how you ever wonder why? Uh, what's important to remember is this changed everything for me. Here is the thing. Believe me when I say the trust is. In other words, let's take it a step further. At the same time, on the flip side, I'll give you a quick example. Let's say you're trying to giving okay. I try to use these phrases. Okay, and today I want to implement a new feature, introduction of the lobby. I talked about yesterday. There is a roadmap about development and lobby introduction. Create a lobby where settings can be changed before the match. So this is a room. This is a room where the players waiting for the start of the match. Yeah, like Among Us. Yeah, so let's coding. Let's coding is grammatically incorrect. Let's code. Let's start coding. Time to code. Let's code. Okay. Let's start coding. Okay. Introduce the lobby. I need to change the flow to start the game and create room and on start game. So I need to modify this interface game rule, create room, and on start game is on start game remains, but on join player function is needed from now, I think. So this interface is defined in the dev game. This is a framework for creating a lot of original online board game. So I need to modify this module. So let's take a look at dev game, and this is the code, but not much. This aims to help us define the game rules. So here the many types and interfaces are defined. There is no implementation, no logic. But I need to change this interface in order to introduce the lobby feature. So I think takes game state and joiner new player, and I need to change the on start game arguments. I think no need for joiner because the room owner can call the method explicitly. So this function is called when creating a room, and this function is called when other player join, and so after this function is called, the room is created. So it means there is a lobby room, and player can join the lobby room, and the room owner call to start. So I think this is good. It's okay. On join on start game, and in the lobby the room owner or other players can change the settings about the game. But I don't need to implement a new function in order to change the game settings, because in my design changing the settings are executed via WebSocket, so the all of requests on the WebSocket is executed out of these functions. It is they are defined in they are defined as a task. Task is abstraction of the one execution on the server side, and so yeah, so I mean all of the requests on the WebSocket is expressed as event, so we can use this field. We can use this field for the request of the changing game setting. So I fix this interface game rule like this, and by changing the interface the type error happen. This is a simulator for the game engine, game executor, and this method is for but I also change this simulator because this has a create room and join method, but it's not enough. Now create room and join and start game, and start game logic is like this. So this is correct, and I need to change this logic. This logic load game state from storage and call onJoin function and save the game state on the storage. So good. Okay. Make it more clear, I think. Create room and create room. The function name is match. Function name matches the function called in the function. So I think that's okay. All good. All good. So I will increment the version. I changed the interface, so I think this is a major update. Yep. So version 4.0.0. Yeah. And just to be safe, run build. Build. There is no error, so we can publish this module. And where is the command to publish? Like this. Okay, I just published dev game module version 4.400. So next I will use this module in the game 1 module. This is a core module for the game, and this depends on the dev game. So I need to update this version. Yeah. So, and I update. Okay, let's update. And execute npm install. The dependency is updated. Take a look. Dev game. The version is updated and URL is updated like this. So the TypeScript linter is highlighted the error. So I need to define new function on join game or on join. Okay. And on start game is defined in this file. Yep. And I'm going to define a new function on join. And import on join and on start game is needed to on start game is needed to be modified. Remove the second parameters. The error goes away. And the current logic in this function is going to this function. Yeah, because this is logic when the player joins. So I can copy this part to here. Yeah. And I need to copy here as well. And this part is logic when the game starts, so I need to I need to, yeah. I need to make a little bit change this part, because in this function the let's let's validate the number of players. Yeah, so we can access the joiner like this, and yeah, the entered players should be updated already at the time when this function is called. So this condition is good. Validate the condition. Validate the number of players. This is the number of players is set by game room owner, and this value is the actual number of the players entered the game. Yeah. So, but this is what is it? New joiner is okay. New joiner. Okay, so joiner is already joiner should be ready, so we can use joiner object here and initialize player states and initialize board, shuffle players, yeah, and update the game logic state and record real time and update for client object and return the game state. And I don't need to update the game parameter because joiner is already updated, so I can remove this line. Yeah, good. And in this function, the condition should be met. So if the code reach this line, something wrong, so we can throw new error. Something wrong. Not enough players to start the game. Yeah, not enough or too much players. Yeah, but it is okay. And in this function, this is just for append the new joiner to this array. So I think it's good. It's good. So I could change about this. Okay. And next, the main purpose for the introduction of the lobby is to make it possible to change the game settings before the match. So I need to prepare the new field for the game settings. The game settings should be in the game logic state because the game setting is related to the game. So the information related to game logic should be in the game logic state. Game logic state is defined here like this. All of the information about game logic is in here in this interface. So yeah, like this. Yeah, and the field in this object would be changed by the room owner before the match. Yeah, and these field, the number of field in this type game setting would be increasing, but today I add one field. The field is duration. Yeah, game duration. And game duration minutes is defined here. This is hard coded, so I will change this. So game duration minutes. Yeah, like this. Okay. And this is not optional field. This must be initialized. So since I add a new field to game logic, the type error happen. Let's take a look. Type error is type error happen here. So I need to game setting like this, and this is not bad. This is the initial value. So in other words, default value. So I will use this constant from now. This function is called when the room is created. Yeah, and this would be overwritten. Yeah. So let's think how do I overwrite this object. Yeah, as I said, use task or event. Yeah, so I need to define new type for expressing the request about changing game setting. So I need to look at here. This is the type that defines the response on the WebSocket, and this is the request on the WebSocket as well. So this case, we need to define the new request for the changing game setting. So I want to define new types like this, and I need to change game settings to server type. Server type is defined from here. Nice suggestion. But okay, I see. Needed to extend payload. Game duration minutes. And this is cool because I add a new field. So the TypeScript compiler tell me, hey, you need to add new case about change game settings. So this is cool mechanism to avoid type error. And this is event handler that handles requests. So I want to create a new method, change game settings handler, like this, and I create a new okay, sorry, this is a custom event handlers. This is a not normal pattern. In this case, there is two types of request object, simple or custom, and this is about abnormal pattern. And change game settings can be simple. By using simple, I don't need to implement the event handler. And all I have to do is implement a task handler. I know you don't understand it well because this is a original framework, so you don't know how to code on this framework. So yeah, so I'm sorry about that, but I will keep implementing this. So the next is so I added a new field like this and simple request. The type name is change game settings to server, and then I need to implement a new task handler like this, or yeah, like this. This is same as what we looked at event handler. There is a switch statement and case switches. I add a new simple request, so I need to like this, and change game settings is not correct name. I think it should be same as this. Okay, and the next is to implement change game settings handler in the task handlers. So create a new file and we can refer to the other file, and this is just update the game settings, so there is no interaction to users, so it's not difficult, and I want to check the file that has a same structure. Just updating the game state is in the like this. This is a by resource handler, just by resource, so it takes player ID and money amount, or is a skip, and if not skipped, the resource amount to buy is calculated here, and update exchange rate because there is a exchange about resource and money, and update the player state, deduct money and other resources like this, and update exchange rate, the update for client. This is for the UI, user interface information, like this. So I can copy this function and paste it, and I need to change the name, change game settings handler, and the first argument is fine, but the second argument should be change game settings to server. So this is a task, but we can use this interface as our task. This is a simple handler. So we can take the game duration minutes here and find the player and make it sure player exists and delete this, and yeah, we can all we need to do is update the game settings. So but I had mistake. Is it correct? I made a mistake. I should this field. I should make this field game settings. Yeah, because we need to take this information. This field, these fields would increase in the future. So update this object like this, and we can take game settings like this and just update ls.game settings overridden like this. That's all. Yeah, not difficult. To import function and type errors gone away, went away. Okay, so type check emits no errors, and yeah, the next is to make it possible to start the game. Start the game at any time when the room creator call. So from now until now, the game starts when all of the players are joined. The game automatically starts, but I changed, so I needed to change the part. How to change? So to change. It should call the onStartGame function. How to call the function? Take I think it is implemented in the similar way. Yeah, and start game to server. No field. Okay. Player ID is needed. And is it possible before the match take the yeah, it is possible. So start game. So we are going to do it in the same way. So add the case like this, and game start handler, and create a file, and no, this no, this is not good. I'm confused. This function is need to call onStartGame, this function, so not related to tasks. So how to call it? How to call it? I think I need to change the server-side module like this. Create and join, and WebSocket connection is already connected, successfully connected like this. So the room owner can make any request on the WebSocket, and but I see, I need to do it like fetch. Yeah, so I need to add the function like this, async game start like this, and at first I update the okay. Fetches. I need to do it as fetch, so the game start game request should be custom because this is not normal request. The different flow happens. So in the custom event handlers, nothing to do because like fetch, the start game is handled in the another layer. Yeah. So there is no errors. So at this time, I commit the code. I commit the changes because this module is dependent to server-side module. So I committed the change and update the version. I think I should update the minor version, major version, minor version, and I forgot the versioning. Software versioning is major, minor, revision. Yeah. Okay. Anything is okay. And update minor version because this is not a bug fix. I changed the structure, so update minor version and run build. It's okay. So in order to reflect, execute these tasks. Okay. So the onStart game lost the second argument like this, and good. And in this function, I should change on join like this. Good. Start game. Yeah. Doesn't need to take argument. And in order to call start game function, the request coming on the WebSocket. So this function is called, and the message is here, and we can parse the message and we can access the type like this. So I think good. The AI agent is so smart, so it knows Yeah, it knows what I'm going to do. The first type is if the first type is start game, just call start game function. Yeah. Start game function, but yeah, good. In this function, fetch the game state, the current game state, and call the onStartGame function and update the game state and respond to all. This means broadcast the game state information to all of the players. So in this block, yeah, just call start game function. Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, so good. Okay. To sum up, or sum it up. To sum it up. In order to start game, the room owner can make a request on the WebSocket, and when the server receive the message from via WebSocket, this function is called. And if the first type is start game, this means a request of the start game. Then the server just call this function, and onStartGame is called. onStartGame is defined in the common module, and we were looking at here. onStartGame function is here. So yeah, we looked at this before. Validate the number of players and initialize player states and other game logic states and update game logic state. Yeah, it's okay. So the build is successful. Next, I also need to change the client side. And for now, as you can see, create room and like this. Jump to the game screen directly. So I want to create a lobby room screen. So um, so I'm wondering if I should change the URL or don't change the URL, but in the same URL we should switch the screen, lobby or new lobby or this screen. Create room and we can create a new URL. Yeah. There is no reason that we use same URL for two screens. So I but it's difficult. I want to make a switching logic in this component. So okay, I don't change the URL. I just focus on the game state. Yeah, I just focus on the game state. So we need to know whether the game is started or not. So in this logic, create a initializer. Okay. In this function, the start time is initialized here. So before the function, the start time field is would be undefined. So we can take a look at this field in order to check if the game started or not. So in the function, I want to check the game is started or not. Yeah, the game layout is this component is a main component for the game. So I also implement the switch component for switch screens like this. Yeah, so I can refer to this component for switching the screen. How to how to So let's create a switch. I should use this function because the name is waiting screen. So waiting. Okay, so let's rename it lobby screen. Rename it not renamed. Okay, switch waiting. Switch rate waiting should be switch lobby. Okay. Switch lobby screen. Oh my god, switch. Switch lobby screen. Switch lobby screen. Switch lobby screen. Okay, rename. Renamed. And is waiting is is checked based on the real start time. So in this function, this function need to export the game start. The AI knows what I want to do. Perfect. No, but this is not good. Game state has a start time. Start time is undefined or not. So yeah, and I prefer the name. The Boolean variable should start with is game started. Is game started. Is game started. Is game started is exported here. So access is game started, and if the is game started flag is false, is waiting is true. Yeah, because waiting for the game starting. So I need to create a component, UI component here. Yeah. I ask AI to create a component. You can see like this. New chat. I want to lobby like Among Us, but it's not correct. It's like Among Us. But no need to make it 3D, so I want to be room to create. In the room, we can see the following informations. Room ID and joined player names and current game settings and the button which is modifiable correct, which is modifiable for with update button. Can you create a new component which is shown when the is waiting flag is to do? Let's go. Lobby room. Looks nice. Looks nice. Go. Okay. Can I see the room? No. Why? Start game is not initialized, but why? Accept for now, and why? Recreate a new room. Why? The server side and the client side is updated immediately, so the change is should be updated, but switch lobby screen is waiting gonna be true before because other player have not joined, so why oh I watched. I'm looking at the production environment. I need to watch localhost. The room. Good. Room information and room ID, players, game settings. But the field is incorrect, but the UI is good, not bad for now. So I want to change, make it more, make it work, okay, and lobby room. The game setting don't need to define game settings because game settings is defined in the common module. Yeah, we have created just now. Game setting has a game duration minutes, and the default value should be initialized by the game state from server. So this function also should export the game setting information like this. Okay. I'm surprised by the AI intelligence intelligence of AI, but I feel it's strange because AI stands for artificial intelligence. Okay. Intelligence of AI is correct, I think. And yep, initialize the game settings like this and export. Here we can access the game settings and but I need to define the game setting state because this is updated locally by inputting the information by the room owners. Okay, could be null, and game setting state is the default and min is 5 and max is 1 hour. The default should be 20 minutes. The title is game duration. The unit is minutes, and the room ID is retrieved, should be retrieved.
Retrieve.
Retrieved. Okay, so the room ID should be retrieved from the URL. How to get room ID? There is no place where the room ID is retrieved from URL, but okay. Ask AI. This is not I want to do it. I use React router, so I'm thinking about the navigate. Another way to get it from. Like this. I don't know this is correct. I'm not professional, so the document is seems good. Params. Yeah. Seems good. Room ID. Get like this. Can I get? This is default. Not good. Cannot be retrieved. Use params. The router is like this. I understand. I need to coincidence the name. How do I say? Need to match. Must be same. Yeah. So need to, the variable name is need to be matched here and here and here. Good. So and players gonna show the name. At least myself, my name here. In game settings, is like this, and player list. We can use the joiner object to show the player list, but can I access the joiner list game state? I think this is a game logic state. I think game logic state doesn't have the joiner. Let's take a look. joiner in the game parameters. So I need to access the game parameters. Game parameters and game logic state is in the same layer, same depth. So this is logic state, game logic state. So this doesn't have the game parameter and joiner object. So how to access the game parameter? But I think the server side doesn't give the information about game parameters to the client. Maybe responding. Let's take a look at the part of responding. Server side. Yep. For example, like this. But it seems, like this. So the information is just game logic state, so we cannot access the game parameter and joiner object. So this is not good. In order to show the information about joined players, I need to change something. When the player joined, the only joiner object is updated, so the game logic state isn't updated. So I'm stuck. So I'm stuck. It's important to show the joined players. So I want to make it possible. Joiner object. join. But this result is a game state. So this object has game parameters. So when the join is called, the game parameter is given to the client. Yeah? Oh, I see. This method this method give the game logic state, only game logic state. Can I make a similar respond to all? Whole respond to all. Respond game state like this, and update like this. Only when the join is called, the game state, whole game state is returned to the client. This is not clean, this is not cool solution, but I want to do it like this. Yeah, I'm going to improve the design next time. Next time I create a new game, I have to improve this design, but now I can do this. By doing this, the client side would receive the two types of game state, the whole game state or game logic state. So I need to change the part to receive the data from WebSocket. Here, set raw message, and yeah, this is a raw message. So any string data can be stored in this variable, and then the raw message should be parsed. Raw message is exported here, and in this function raw message is parsed here as logic state, but for now, after parsing raw message, the result would be two types, logic state or whole game state. So I need to switch based on the raw message types or structure. How to tell you these types. First of all, I stored it in the temporary variable, and I want to switch. If the game property I want to address it in we can check like this. So game parameters, I need to match the variable name. Yeah, like this. Because if there is a game parameters property in this object, this is not a logical state ls, so return no. And game parameters, if in this function, if there is a game parameters property in this object, should return the game parameters, and or else return null. Yeah. So we can access the game parameters, and game parameters has a joiner object. So export game parameters, and in the lobby room function component, we can access game parameters and game parameters could be null, so how to okay parameters. Joiner, and the joiner has a number of players and entered players. So join either it's fine, but I prefer the current number of the current players should be shown here, and enter the players mapped to this component, and this has a ID and name, and so just show name. ID is not needed. Okay, take a look. Not good. This is empty, not zero, so this must be undefined or null. Let's recreate a loop. 1, 2, 3, create a loop. Wow. Why? Did I update the... I see. I need to update the depths. Let me create new room. The result is same. Doesn't work. Why? I see. I understand. I changed. Just join. I needed to change initialize. Because when the room is created, when the room is created, the server side should return the game state to show the created, to show the player who created the room. The game state information. So let me create a new room. Oh, doesn't work. Why? I don't know. Maybe. At this time, the WebSocket connection is not created, so I think this is not affected. Also, this is not huh? Join and so all I need to do is fetch the game state after the WebSocket connection is created. So let's take our client 1, client module, and the look at create room, handle create room, and yeah, here connect WebSocket, and then navigate to room URL. So call the API of creating room and receive the result, and if the result is the status is 200, which means success, retrieve the room key and store it to the local storage, and then connect WebSocket. The authentication is finished, and navigate to the new screen, new URL. So when this component is rendered, WebSocket connection is already created. So I see. After the player navigate to the new screen, new URL, the fetch is called. Oh, I just clicked. Fetch is called, and so by this call, the game state is loaded locally, but as we watched, as we saw, the fetch can get just game logic state, so that doesn't have game parameters. So I identified the problem. So I want to I can change this component. If this component is rendered, this component needs the game parameters that has a joiner object. Yeah, because this component want this information, so we can update this part in order to get the game parameters. But okay, so fetch is like this. Like this. This is optional property, and yeah, and update dependency and open the client side project, and we can add a new flag with game parameters. This, and in this line explicitly set it true. By doing this, in the server side, there is a part for the fetch, and fetch to server is like this. So the payload has a flag with, yep, so if with game parameters is true, return the state, whole state. This has game parameters. If not, as it is, return the game state. Yeah. This is not beautiful. This is not cool. But yeah, this works. My concern is this and this. In this component, the lobby room component exist. So when the lobby is opened, the fetch is called twice, here and here. This is not this is not good, but not problem, might be problem. Let's check. Error happens. Error happens. Where? Lobby rooms. Okay. Whoa, why? Why? Wow. Look into client side project and the part where the raw message is received and parsed here. So let's look at this line. Game parameters is happen, or yeah, like this, and connect. Why? Call this function with game parameter flag is true. Why? Oh, but connect. It's good. I want to give it try again. Here. Good. All good. Okay. And next, game settings. Game settings should be game settings. It's not difficult. Already updated here, and game duration minutes is updated by user. Yeah, and button is here, and when the button is clicked, this function is called, and I need to implement the function. This function, it's just send a message, and type is I already defined the type. I forgot the name. Change game settings, like, and this should be simple according to my memory. Simple, and change game settings is like this. Yeah. Change game settings to server. So payload is player ID and game settings property. Yeah. So it's good. Just do it like this. And load from server, view data, game settings. Not updated. I want to update. Can I? Not updated. Why? Take a look log. update settings. This function is called and send message type is to server data should have change game settings. The name is correct and simple type. Change game settings to server and game settings and player ID. This field is correct and the server should receive this message, but the server should receive message in this function, and would reach this line and execute is like this. So generate tasks. Change the generate task. Doesn't emit a request or add logging. Let's add logging. But when this function is called, send message log is to be shown here, but there is only fetch type messages. So when this button is pushed, the update message is not requested, not emitted. So this is a problem in the client side. Handle update settings is here. On click. Not wrong. I think this is good, but it's not called. Why? be updated. But this is not updated. This is not good. The request is emitted. According to the log, okay, I see. I need to modify the server-side logic. There is a problem, and I couldn't consider it the process before the start the match. Yeah, because for now, by using task, I tried to update the game state, game settings in the game state, but the task is executed after the game starts. So before the game starts, the mechanism that executes the task is not activated, so you can see the log like this. New task is generated, and it is appended to the task queue, but it's not executed, so the setting change is not reflected. Yeah, so this is my bad. How the server works. Execute. It seems to work because even before the game starts, the server can receive the WebSocket message like this, and the change game setting request is routed to this block, and this function is called and generate tasks and do tasks, and return respond to all. this is not wrong. I'm not wrong. Huh? I'm not wrong. Change game settings is called, and the server side should receive. Let's add a logging, like task is executed here. Yeah. Task is executed in the common module. Here we don't need to check the player because player states are not initialized at the time. Not initialized before the game starts, because the initialized player states is initialization of the player states is happens when the game starts. Yeah, so I think we are what we are looking at here. Yeah, so yeah. Okay. So I just updated the server side. Okay, reload local server. And so emit example 50, update setting, WebSocket is connected. The data is game duration is 50. Yeah, the data is updated successfully. This is a long task. Create room. Should be shown the default value in the client in the lobby room. Maybe this object must be undefined or null. So this field is blank. How to fix it? Game setting is should be initialized by default value. I made it, yeah, like this. But why? Game settings. Game setting state. Yeah, game settings is here. Okay, I understand. This is one of the anti-pattern. Yeah, this variable must be undefined at the first time, and by calling this value is updated to value get data, but the first value is null, so this state is also null. So this would be undefined. So I want to update the this game settings. Like this. Let me start from scratch. Good. Yeah. And update can be updated like this, and button like this. Okay. And I want to test room name. Anything is okay, and the number of players is 4. And create room and copy room ID and open the debug tool and join the 2 players, player 2 and player 3. So okay. Like this. update it automatically. So, I see. I have a lot of things to do. So but when the player joins, this function must be called, and so in my assumption, why? In my assumption, when the player joins, this is a return the data to client or of the client. So this browser is connected. This browser has a connection on the WebSocket, so this browser can receive the data from the server. So in my assumption, when the new player joined, this area would be updated automatically. I wanted to see it, but it didn't happen. I don't know the reason why it didn't happen. I think game parameters should be updated automatically. Game parameters has object joiner entered players. So this object should be updated when the player join. Why? Yeah, should be updated. Create a room. At this time, game parameters has one player. in the queue, in the array. And look at we need copy ID and other player joining. But there is no log. That means this block is not reached. Raw message is not updated. So server side I see. In this function, in order to decide the destination means where the data is given to. So the destination is depending on the for client. Yeah. This is not initialized at this time, so I need to change this part. Yeah. All I need is player ID who has already joined the room, so we can use the array in the game parameters, and this object has a joiner and entered players. So result enter players. Yeah. To .id. Yeah. I think this is good. This solves a problem. Let's take a look. Create a room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Create a room. Copy ID. Open the terminal. And look at both screen. I'm confident it gonna be success. So look at this screen, not console log. Let's join the room. Okay, this is updated automatically, but this field got blank. Why? Blank means getting blank means lobby room blank game setting state is null. Yeah, but why no? Why? I don't know. I have no idea about this. The latest data the client get is like this, and here this has a game setting. Game duration minutes is 27, so this field should be 27, but I don't know. Game setting state. Yeah, when open this screen, 27 is shown, and it's okay. 27 remains. So all good. And next, I need to create a button to start the game. But today it's time to finish. The camera's battery is running out. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.